being served to be labeled on the set. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for today's live summit event in the Crew 2. Best of USST Next is about to be set and go for having a series of mixed events will be featured for the 7th time after April Fool's opening, Community Summon, Cross Axle Hills, Lightfall, No One's Fool, and Mixed Master is about to be having a best time to go place around in the Motorflix Arena and one location at Chicago to have 6 events with a series of discipline is about to be set and good to go for only 5 USST Next, and one for the USST Cities will be go around for having one Alpha Grand Prix discipline to be raced at Chicago. For only part of the 3 skills to have different vehicles to be on the water base, land base, and airplane is about to be set and go for the organized to have all kinds of best skills and elements ever since from Into the Storm Best Of and Blizzard Rush Best Of is now having a 3rd time ever to see how the title is now being featured to go racing around to have the best discipline to be raced on in to be on the USST Next to be featured for only 1 part, and standard events is gonna... Hang on 1 second, folks. Let me start over. I really need to get shape up to be focusing on this one. Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for today's brand new live summit event in the Crew 2. Best of USST Next. A 7th themed summon to be featured to have some series of disciplines to be featured to be take place at the Motorflix Arena, and one for the Alpha Grand Prix discipline will be take place in Chicago for the USST Cities. There is also to have 3 vehicle restriction is about to be set to be featured to have some new part of the challenges for this week's themed summon is about to go excited and doing a series of crossover mix to see how the discipline will have to take on with some Alpha Grand Prix to go faster and see the test to see how it goes. But also to have the 7th themed summon to be featured to be going in for having a mixed event after the previous summons like April Fool's opening, Community Summon, Cross Axle Hills, Lightfall, No One's Fool, and the Mixed Master ever since to have all kinds of different themed summon from every part of the date. But after all, because this is going to get much more pretty excited out there to have 3 skills to go for the land, sea, and air all together to have some buoy smashing, escape, and aerobatics will have to go again and do a different part of the challenge to see how different discipline will have to take 5 events of the USB Tour Next to be raced around at the Motorflix Arena to see how the test will have to go. But good thing I just got everything to be set and good to go, because I'm about to be using to have the nice post-performance racing outfit for the USST Next is about to be set and get participate for this part of the video segment. So I hope you guys are about to get ready. Grab the Mitsubishi FTO GP version R to be on the Bergio, Maserati MC20 at the Fire Sky, and the Proto Alpha Mark X to be at the Cities in Chicago for the USB Tour Cities. It's about to go challenging, go fast, and all kinds of types of the touring car discipline for only 1 part of the rallycross is about to be labeled and eligible to be on the no restriction zone. So I'm all set, and let's get back for the racing of the competition to have all 5 events that will be focusing at the Motorflix Arena. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click the subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Now it is time to get ready to go and start the live summit event. Let's begin. Well, debrief has complete for only 1 part of the follow-up catch-up on Ghost Road to have 1 rallycross event to be updated to have the main catch-up to go up in about over 100,000 points. But good thing I just made it on time to get the Ford F-150 Raptor Race Truck Ghost Recon Edition is now being acquired to have the best part of the car collection that related to have the first and second generation version to the F-150 Raptor. 4,211 plays in 1,252,895 points to be currently to be marked on the platinum, and keep it up to have this main part of the objective to go mission accomplished. After finishing week number 4, here comes week number 5 for the challenge after having 5 events from the USB Tour next to see how the new layouts and events to go for only 2 types by the normal and endurance. Let's make one stop. Last 2 rewards to be finishing up onto tier 50, but I can't wait to get these 2 kinds of items. Here we have the gold racing tire on the Epic. Shine gold and outfitted to see how the racing slick compound tires is just to have a perfect taste and style. So beautiful. So solid golden to have a nice tire set of amenity. And last but not least, the glow neck suit on the Epic is now set and fully acquired to have a nice Epic outfit because I can't wait to try it out after purchasing for only one proto concept in the glow motorsport variation style. So that's it for now. 50 tier content is now being checked and complete. Right on time, so I'm about to go entered and eligibility to be set and organized to have 3 skills and 6 mixed events are about to go for having an interesting challenge. So I'll have to start out to be on the escape. Let's go to Florida to be on the Keys escape to be racing around and do the main approach direction to be on the highway. But good thing putting up my street racing icon on the UDRS livery for my Chevy Corvette CR1 2009 6th generation model with the Jetstream blue metallic tin coat is just gonna have to keep rolling out and proceed over to be on the highway. Well, it turns out because main forward approach is definitely might be doing a best part of the objective. However, if I have to go in and do that opposite direction, so hold on 1 second, there's one player coming in just to have one motorcycle to be cross on over to be in the main direction of the street. Just give me 1 moment. So I had to be well positioned to get set. Time to go drag race and see how it works perfectly to go up and go for the impossible main skill objective by over 30,000 yards. Somehow, some other players just really want to go for it because this will have to take a dare and see how it goes. So I'm about to be choosing the drag race discipline, swap parts from the Chevy Camaro SS, and go for the C7 Corvette Stingray to same drag race edition. Alright folks, this time it's about to go fast, stable, and challenging to be on the hood cam for only one temporarily at the moment. So get ready for the burn, hold down the gas, all set, quickly, and do the main part of the speed segment to see how one attempt to go longer and faster and be on the lookout for some traffic cars to be on the right side on the direction. I know this is going to get crazy, but you'll have to take wall riding and avoid incoming traffic to be forward up ahead. Okay, this is going to get crazy, but you'll have to take that skill and see how it turns out. Momentarily, this skill is going to be very crazy. Well, I should rather have to use an Alpha Grand Prix vehicle for doing one part of the test. Yep, I can't say because this is how what happens. Dragster is the impossible to have that part of the objectives. Just hang on 1 second because that is going to have to take one part of the attempt is going to be currently to be on the main guess. But I'm sure of it because, if possible, I should rather have to do this part of the live stream video to be set and go for the main progress. So instead, maybe I have to come up with a better idea just to have a skipping part to be well back up to be on the spare time. Just give me 1 moment folks. Looks like I just really might have to come up with a light bulb dinkball idea to have one Alpha Grand Prix racer to be set and go for the preparation recommend. So perhaps dragster vehicles take a lack of expert skills to be mastered to do the escape at the Keys in Florida. Well, somehow it turns out because my only first part of the attempt might be quite very decent and well challenging to go impossible to see how longer it takes to go faster to be pushing up onto the gas to beat the highway on each part of the direction. Well, maybe I'm about to go and use the Proto Alpha Mark X 2020 to have a good set of vanities to have the tire to go overcut. So let's find out and give it a try and see how one Alpha Grand Prix racer to set up and go for having a main part of the electric art to feel the speed and master the keys to the escape. Here I go. Looks like there goes my ghost car. Just gonna have to take that main part of the example. So watch yourself. Don't get slowed down. All you have to do is gonna have to speed up whenever you're gonna use dragster or Alpha Grand Prix racer to be on the main chaser. Okay, that's good. Gonna shake away. It's about to get slowed down to be doing wall riding. That could be a distraction. Okay, that's good. Keep up the pace. Keep going straight forward to be up the north. I know that red zone is coming towards me. Gonna shake off the heat. Otherwise, I might be pinned down or ends up in the result of having a 10,000 yard distance for only one part of the attempt. Come on. Almost there. Ah. Well, that should be doing one part of the escapists to get up and get closer to have a 10,000 yards. But anyway, that's one skill complete. 152,961 points is now set and all clear. Well, at least that could be quite getting a much more better if I have to go for the Alpha Grand Prix for having a temporary moment. But dragster is definitely might be doing the best serve to go expert and try to keep going faster without any further distraction like traffic cars and wall riding when you're on the highway. Next up, grab your water-based vehicle depends on powerboat or jet sprint discipline to be at the Great Lakes for having a buoy smashing to see which position that you're gonna have to go for it. But I know the best pick because Froucher 1414 Demon is the best powerboat to be entered and go on to have some set sail position. Slow and steady. Gonna have to take that good right direction to have the score breaker just to be as always planned. Whoa! Someone else just went up flying. Okay, that's good. Be gentle, slow, and keep a good calm component to have a good sand of paddle boat sailing. Okay, looks like just going to be politely. Okay, that's it. Looks like that should be going up and stop at 41,339 points. Close call, and just to have that score point is now being well set to be placed. But good job by the way, but adds up and go 156,024 points on skill number 2. That was a close call to be putting up to be get back on track. So let's go skill number 3. Let's head on over and do aerobatic skills on the west rim. Air race and aerobatics will have to be set and choose any position on the checkpoint whenever you want to go for it. But take place and go explore in a vast majority to be located in the mountain states. just to keep a good motion, always be on extreme mode. Amp up the speed. Okay, that's close enough. Try not to be very extra careful on the rocks. That could be very bad news for the plane. Okay, checkpoint confirmed. Bit average, but it'll have to do just fine. Whew. That was so extremely close. Only one more to go, and I'm about to be set and take on 6 events after having one finish line is about to be confirmed clear. 34,579 points is now check and go for having one attempt of the scoreboard is now going up and added up with 52,487 points by a round in 100,000. Very nice, magnificent, and let's go face up to have 6 mixed discipline, including 5 of them of the USB Tour next and 1 for the USST Cities at Chicago. Just in time, and let's go prelude and go prior to have 5 events to be entered for only 1 USST Cities to go for having a best place in the Midwest. Up to Chicago, and let's grab your Proto Alpha Mark X to be set and go faster on the circuit in the urban city. As possible to have the main part to do the main escape on the Keys in Miami, Florida, but the per level and handling to go much more fine intermediate to see how it goes by having 1140 horsepower and top speed 271 miles per hour to be set and raring to go. Go all in blue and overcut vanity on the tires check. Retro is now being styled on the blue tint, blue underglow, and even to have a special kind of the nitro is about to get much more interesting to go for a special surprise. So prepare yourself, you guys. USB Tour Series in this part of the Team 7. Let's go countdown and get on the way.
Here we are today in the Windy City on the southwest bank of Lake Michigan on an absolutely gorgeous race day afternoon. Many thanks to the mayor of Chicago for agreeing to host us today. And best of luck to our drivers as they kick off this last race of the USST season.
Feels good to go extreme faster for only one Alpha Grand Prix discipline to be taken on in the USST Chicago. Perfect daytime, 3 laps, and 1 best of speed to go master on every corners as we've been go down to do some practice ever since from episode 1. In this part of the Team Summon, this is where the best part comes in to have a new challenge for the Alpha Grand Prix discipline to have 3 laps to beat the course in the urban city of Chicago. Very magnificent out there, by the way, you guys. So better brace yourself. It's about to get much more tight turns on the length of the track. Just gonna have to keep on racing, stay clean, and the next corner of this turn is about to get much more slower to be well depth in to be having one part of the lane. Okay, that was a close call. Amp up the speed by having 1 checkpoint at a time. But I can't wait to have this event after this, after finishing for only 1 part of the video. Up to lap number 2, let's feel the electric.
Coming up full throttle on turn 1 now, and the site of the famous 1893 Chicago World's Fair.
Heck yeah, looks like it's all about the speed and history of Chicago. Now go for the next checkpoint at the short straightaway. Okay, looks like it's so good to be enjoyed for having a best USST season for the cities for only 1 combo event, and wait to have the best time to go for Motorflix Arena to take on in the USST next. Well, I can't say it brings back for having last part of the theme episode after the USST Cities, but especially to have one part of the theme summon by using with a Spikler GT2 race car is still yet to have a best different style ever since from the 24 Hours of Le Mans back from 2008. But it is going to be a very good brand new touring car discipline to the latest part of the update ever since I'm just putting up with some different styles and effects to be on the replay. Just to be going creative is definitely might be quite very awesome to see how it turns out to be. So I'm almost there. Enter the final lap, keep up the good speed, and do some inside cornering on the apexes just to have the strategy to go smooth sailing without any further impact on the barrier. %80 is now being stopped at the main progression. Splendid work. Just gonna do an early braking just to have that main position to have the follow direction and mileage to be forceful to be on the main slowdown. Man, I am so very good at this track just to have a new part of the challenge. Okay, one more session to get boxed in. Checkpoint all clear.
Looks like we're coming in pretty fast towards a hairpin turn just up ahead.
Last stretch, here I come and pull the nitro to give it all I got. Yeah, that's very good.
And that brings us to the end of this last race of the US Speed Tour. What an amazing series of races this has been for our drivers and for everyone watching at home. We'll be back in a few months with something new and very special. So keep your eye on Motorflix, and I'll see you soon.
Best ending for the US Speed Tour Cities in this part of the theme summit, folks. Just in time, and I'm about to be set and go for the 5 events on the US Speed Tour next at Motorflix Arena. Currently, and placement on the mark in the goal in 18,327 place to be in 563,554 points in about over 250,000 points to go up in the platinum. So let's have a good look. Just to have a main preview to have 5 events that related to the US Speed Tour next at Motorflix Arena. By starting out in event number 1 for the USST next, Future of Speed for the Rallycross discipline is about to be ready to go, and I'm about to be having a starting position to go for the best serve. So if anything else happens, because different kinds of 5 events that related to the USST next to be using with all kinds of best Alpha Grand Prix race cars to go enter to be served as a regular event. But only in this part of the theme summon is going to get much more challenging and face up to have Alpha Grand Prix race cars to go choosing with different kinds of discipline. For my best recommend pick, I'll have to go with Chevrolet to have the 2010 Camaro SS Rallycross Edition with the UDRS InSportTech livery to be set and go for having an average per level in 230. 743 horsepower in the top speed, 175 miles per hour. Handling is going more semi-expert to see how the Rallycross vehicle will have to take one part of the battle to take on with 7 Alpha Grand Prix race car and even of course 4 proto concept race car for this part of the track. So here I go. Race 1 for the USST next for having one Rallycross discipline to be faced up with some Alpha Grand Prix race cars. Countdown in about 3, 2, 1, go!
Here we are at race 1 of the US Speed Tour's brand new circuit over Lake Michigan. And it's a glorious day to break some records. Between the aerodynamic curves and those innovative suction zones, we should see some very impressive top speeds today. I'll let the track say the rest because it's Speed Tour time.
Yep, just the perfect test I want it to be because it's about to go all out and all out Rallycross racing to hit the track and face the tarmac to see how Alpha Grand Prix racers to go for the chase. This part of the strategy that you already know about race number 1 of the US Speed Tour next. Future of speed for the rallycross discipline is going to get challenging to go for some drifting and power slide to go base up with some different tight turns and elevation just like the landscape. But on the tarmac, to have this part of the track is very challenging to go faster and kick up with the main top speed performance by around over 200 miles per hour. So checkpoint clear. Have these speed suction zones, we'll have to kick it up and go for having a short amount of increased acceleration by the peak of the RPM. Slide down I go. Just gonna have to take 3 laps and go for some main turns and slight skills to see how proven for only one rallycross vehicle in the USST next for the future of speed. Yeah, that's a good extra boost. Up to lap number 2. Keep going. My Camaro SS is all about having speed to have that track to go test it to be served as an experiment. Okay, there's no need to have some inside barrier impact. Okay, that's a good turn.
The team who planned the building of this circuit scouted a lot of possible locations. Gulf of Mexico, Hudson Bay, Prince William Sound, but settled on the only one of the Great Lakes bordered entirely by the USA. And from what I'm seeing, wow, they really made the right choice.
Yeah, now that's a very good, excellent speed for my Camaro. Just going to keep a good smooth handling to keep it up and go extreme hill climb to do on the main tarmac skills to be set and do the outside for having some more suction speed zones. But you guys might gonna have to try this Team Summon out for this week, but if you already see it or just gonna have to do some video editing, just gonna have to do that replay to be included. But don't forget, one replay, one Team Summon, and different set of different disciplines to be featured to have 5 events to be focusing on the USST next by having Rallycross to be featured in the future of speed. Checkpoint all clear. Gonna have to keep going and do that inside to have the 3 section zones. Good thing the drip cam is still on, just to have the recording for only one race and see some skills to go extreme. Oh man! Way too much after the handling, but didn't see that one coming. Okay, I'm on 80%. Gonna have to keep going and stay on track. Kick up the speed to go down. There's the view of Chicago. Just going to pass by in the next corner. Check and clear by the checkpoint. Okay, in about a few more corners to go before finishing up at the end of the first race. Just going to keep slide around to do some drift. Keep cold and chill because of the summertime season is about to be already here in June.
Fastest part of the course right here, no reason to slow down, and wow, these cars are really putting the speed in US Speed Tour. Woo!
Yeah, that's one event down in the USST next. Rallycross check. Outcome result on attempt number 1. 112,665 points in 4 minutes, 57.587 seconds. That's a very good event to be added to my checklist, just to have a Team Summon to go for having a combo to have one part to be labeled as the second. So next up is going to be on the USST next in Vertigo for the Mitsubishi FTO GP version R. Let's have a good preview look. And there it is. Vertigo is about to be entered and move forward to be on race number 2. Rallycross check is complete. Next up, street race discipline to see how one Japanese JDM car to go for having the next part of the challenge will have to take on with some Alpha Grand Prix race car. Like all kinds of best proto racing concept is about to be putting up to have the next opponent before entered on event number 2 by having one of the 3 vehicle restriction after the USST Cities at Chicago for the Proto Alpha Mark X. Facing up to have 7 midship engines versus 1 FF road car to see how it goes. But good thing putting up to have a GT1 race modification style to see how it goes. Let's kick it up.
It is no small feat to build a racetrack over a Great Lake, especially when you consider that Lake Michigan can get to over 900 feet deep. The engineering team used the same deep water construction technology seen in the world's most advanced bridges, which means this track can withstand almost anything. Let's see it get some use.
Oh yeah, now this is going to get much more kick butt to see how the FTO is racing in action to face up against 7 Alpha Grand Prix cars in event number 2, folks. All I can say this because this is going to get much more extreme racing to see how one Japanese road car to be battling out and race on in the Motorflix Arena. So as you may ever notice, because the strategy is going to have to do some more attempted power slide drift just to be entered on each part of the turns to be on the hairpin and even some straightaways. But be very careful, taking too much speed that will have to cause many problems to be on the main outcome to lose your clean racing effort. So now gonna have to take that final turn.
Suction zone coming up ahead. Our test drivers had rave things to say about this technology, which offers drivers an almost completely frictionless acceleration boost. I can't wait.
Yep, I can't say one street race discipline has already been put up to the test to see how faster can it go. Just to be fine, magnificent. Go racing and see the FTO to keep it up and stay in the first position to have a best test. But it looks so definitely look like to be playing on Hot Wheels Unleashed. But differently, but in the Crew 2 to see this part of the Theme Summon is gonna get more all-out racing to go speed, faster, cornering, and even attempted to do some power slide drifting for temporarily at a time. So here it comes, just to have late braking after putting up to have one suction dart to be well putting up onto the speed boost. Time to kick it up. 3 times chain combo.
A little more about these suction zones. Originally, the engineers were looking at magnetic acceleration, but they settled on a technology that places thousands of tiny computer-controlled vacuum chambers directly onto the track. Don't ask me how it works. All I'll say is, put that on my Christmas list.
Final lap, you guys. It's about to get smooth. Just for having a tough start to see how one street race vehicle is all about doing understeer to be faster, quicker, and doing some practice to go agile to be on the main attempt. And hold on, looks like there's only one Alpha Grand Prix racer coming in from 8th place. Just gonna have to take one overtake, and there you go. Well, I kind of say this because one street race have overtake one Alpha Grand Prix racer because of the speed zones are now going more increase. There you go. Clever drip grip and being overtake on the 8th position. Gonna have to kick it up. Go wide open in the final corner. finish line is just right up ahead. Gonna take it. And there you go, folks. Mitsubishi FTO GP version R has dominated on race 2 in the USST Next at Vertigo. And good news is, 114,523 points in 4 minutes, 6.803 seconds is all clear to be checked and go for race number 3. Now, I'll have to take a good look to have the next list for the USST Next after Vertigo. Into the deep, touring car discipline by having one part of the choice, and that's where my correction is going to be right. So here I come. Looks like this is gonna get much more pretty excited to see how touring cars will be racing in action to have the best part and going much more fine action to go beat up and race on in to have some main elevation and inside the underwater tunnel. But it is going to be quite very cool to see how it turns out to be after having one part of the race since week number 3. Well, maybe if I could probably have to choose one best touring car discipline to have a nitro chemist, but same per level to go maximum in 320 depends on my best choice of the rarity. Maybe the Ford GT Le Mans race car, KTM 1190 RCA R track. Well, motorcycle on the track is going to be quite very impossible to take on with some Alpha Grand Prix cars. Gonna have to make my best pick. It's all kinds of best selection and best well chosen to be on a touring car class. Well, anyway, let's start out and have my Corvette C6R 2005 with the UDRS InsProtect livery to go face up in event number 3. This will be having a 3-note restricted event for the touring car discipline in 2 types after finishing for only 1 rallycross discipline. So let's go, hit the gas.
A bit more about the amazing engineering effort behind these courses. Construction began over 5 years ago on a special permit granted by the 4 states that control the lake bed: Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Michigan itself.
Here it comes. Gonna step up the pedal to the metal, go for the extreme speed, corner by corner, outside and inside to have the main track layout to go quicker and be more efficient advantage. First place, here I come, and let's make my way to go enter to have the next sector will be inside the underwater tunnel. I bet you guys really gonna have to choose your favorite touring car before entered into the deep for race 3 of the USB Tour Next is about to get much more pretty excited to see some action. So before that, just gonna have to take 2 hairpins before going up the road to be on the main hill elevation to get much more quicker and have the nitro just to be in case. But it's going to be a massive work for development after finishing for only 1 part of the Deemed Summon is going to get currently to be well in progress. So let's dive inside the tunnel and look at this. So beautiful to see some racing cars to be doing more competitive to be on the action. Looks like I've been here before, so I have to go again for the 2nd time. And just gonna have to keep a good main layout to be remembered. Okay, here comes the speed zone. That's 1 lap down. Entered lap number 2. Heyo! Kick up the boost and got the speed. Feel enjoyed to keep on racing, stay clean to go extreme for you guys? Well, I just really gonna have to enjoy it myself. That's where the best speed comes in for having my Corvette is doing the best potential spirit for Team InsProtect. Checkpoint all clear. Go again on 2 hairpins. This is going to get so fun to enjoy for this part of the track layout.
coming up on a particularly steep ascent. I don't think I've ever seen cars drive at quite that angle before.
Oh yeah, looks like time to switch inside the interior view, and let's give it a good action. Very magnificent, by the way. Driving inside in the first-person interior view is going more realistic and very more likely. But just had to be a very good usage before enter in the final lap, folks. Kick up the speed. Slow down quickly to go for the last part of the final 2 turns. Oh yeah, go for lap number 3. Now this is a different kind of Hot Wheels Unleashed, you guys. Just to have one race with speed suction zones is going more increased peak of the acceleration. Here comes 80% in the progression, in about a few more miles to go before the race will be finished on Event 3. Only on the USB Tour next, but I'm on the halfway there. Just gonna keep going and keep up the pressure to have the duration to be well in progress.
Oh, what goes up must come down. Wow, that must be one heck of a good time being in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, now this is gonna go Trailblazer after I just see one Proto race car. Just keep going. Just gonna have to stay on the main lineup to be inside the tunnel in the water. That should be 5 minutes to be on the total time. Good call. Now for the last turn. And there you go, folks. The third race is now being finished by 5 minutes, 20.120 seconds in attempt number 1. Let's see the results. Just in time and have a placement in 115,157 points by using my Corvette. Good race, good speed, and good perfect event on number 3 in Into the Deep. So they will be having 1/4 of the US Speed Tour next that I'd never been to before Fire Sky is actually to have something else that might have to take a hypercar will go likely to be in the main interest. But after all, currently to have one of the 3 vehicle restriction ever since for the new players to have each part of the bundle event to go for the recommend. High expensive and best served to have one hypercar ever since from the Elite bundle. So grab your Maserati MC20 because this is going to have to be on patient before enter to have the best time to have the second round for only a touring car discipline to be on the next USB Tour next. It's going to have to take a good look. For event number 4 in the USB Tour next is the Great Equalizer. Maybe I'll have to go for it and try it out and see how it goes because this is definitely might be having a one part of the 4th USB Tour next that I've never been to be participate. Well, it seems like it because I'll have to give it a try and have my same Corvette C6R to be on the same UDRS in Sportec before Fire Sky will be coming up soon after finishing event number 4. Now let's go and see how the different perspective to see how the track layout is going to be look like. Let's get it on and go fast.
Hey, here's a fun fact for you. Over 24 commercial scuba divers worked on the construction of these courses, installing massive concrete support pylons up to 500 feet tall. They've been down there inspecting structural integrity after every race. Just another reminder of how much work it takes to make the USST possible.
Now this is a very good, excellent track layout on event number 4, you guys. Just for me, and go on for this part of the video segment to see how the challenges will be made to do it. Now, if I have to go down to see how this track layout is going to get more different out there, just like all the 3 track layouts, and even for the final event in the USST next. But this one, this is going to be more excited to see how this part of the track is going down and going up to be on the main route of the track. So gonna have to go down and face the equalizer to have that track name itself. Oof, that was a close call. But there's no need to lose control of the grip. This could be very bad news if I had to be very extra careful. Okay, quick break. Take it easy. Speed suctions is all I need to have. Go for lap 2. This is pretty kickback on this track, you guys. Checkpoint all clear. Another one confirmed, and go for the speed for only one time. Okay, that's a close call. This part of the chicane is really tricky. Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, here goes the downhill hairpin. Now for the second one.
You know, these twisting curves were quite difficult to build, but they were always seen as a core feature of the tracks. They twist for the same reason a roller coaster does, because when you reduce that lateral shear against the tires, there's no reason to ever slow down.
Well, I can't argue with that. So folks, now I'm entered to be proceed in the final lap on event number 4 in the USST next. The Great Equalizer is getting closer to its racing conclusion. All that speed, cornering, and elevation is very much more difficult to be handled, and even itself to have the mixed team summon for only one touring car event is going to get challenging to see how the skills will be made to do it. I cannot accept to do that because I can't be bored. All I have to do is going to have to keep a strategy focus and see how the new tricks and skills is going to be put up.
It takes a special kind of driver to enjoy speeds this extreme. Because, let's face it, one mistake here and you are at the bottom of Lake Michigan. Massive respect to everyone out there today. I really mean that.
Okay, 10% to go remaining. And oh, that could be very tough to handle when going down towards the hairpin, just like into the deep by the opposite. But it's not over yet. I still got a lot of more speed, cornering, and do that speed suction zones to go enter. And there we go. Race number 4 is done and complete. Numero uno. 4 minutes, 22.058 seconds is all done. Not giving up yet, because always have a good objective to be on 100,000 points added with 510 points. Fine and good reference from the first installment of the crew. Well folks, after finishing 4 USB Tour next and 1 for the USB Tour Cities at Chicago, only 1 event and set to have a hypercar discipline will take on in Fire Sky ever since from Detroit Tour to be served as a second attempt encore. But I'm still waiting because my live stream video from Twitch is going to be a very long time to be well seen by my main channel. Well, guess I have no choice, just going to stay with YouTube by the way. but currently to be on the main update in 7,375th place by exactly 1,006,411 points. Almost there to be adding up with having 200,000 points after having one event, and one for the bonus is about to be set and well done before one day left, before best of USST next is about to be finished, before moving on for having a best regular part for having a new team summon. So let's go and grab the Maserati MC20 is about to go entered in Fire Sky in the USB Tour next. This is it, you guys. One last event and best time moment to see how 5 events at Motorflix Arena to see how the final part of the new discipline and test out to see the MC20 in the 2021 model. Just like the MC12, but this one is very much more fine hypercar performance is now being put up to have a comeback model to have a different title. So the per level is actually to be at 320 that contains 1012 horsepower in the top speed, 280 miles per hour. Handling is going first tier step to be on a handling expert to see how it goes. But I can't wait to test this baby out because just like driving in the MC12, but this is the MC20 ever since from 2 years ago. Final race, here I come, and let's get rolled out for having one hypercar.
This is it, the final race of this year's US Speed Tour. I want to say one last special thank you to Motorflix for making this all possible. Their vision and investment have been just unparalleled in the world of motorsport. So here's looking at many more years of their involvement with the USST.
So on the inside of the interior view, this is so pretty cool, and just like to have the different model of this version is definitely have the number title to be on the MC series. But this is going to be quite very cool to see some different customization as part of the current Elite bundle ever since to get these two kinds of different vehicles, including this one. Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6, Porsche 917K, and even of course that I'm about to be currently using this one for this part of the final race in the USB Tour next to have the different track layout in Fire Sky. So all I have to do is going to keep focusing just like racing in the Proto concept in the Sparrow Racing competition. But it is going to get much more pretty aggressive out there after taking too much speed. It will be quite giving some hard times to be extra careful when using one hypercar discipline to be on the vehicle restriction. But after all we have to do is going to have to try and keep a good passive strategy to go up and down to be on the track elevation is very difficult to handle. But it looks very cool, by the way. But this is so pretty neat and skillful, magnificent. Now for the final corner. Proceed entered on the second lap. Okay, looks like this is going to get pretty much more tough around to avoid having a roll rider. That's not my type. Just to keep a good decent handling to see how the skill is actually to be well made to do it. But this exterior is so pretty much more fine beautiful to have a different shape of the style that is definitely might be have something else to be on good comment. For almost to have 2 decades ago since Maserati just developed an MC12 before being served to be labeled as a GT1 regulation to be part as a main racing car class, especially since for the 24 hours of Le Mans and even to have other race series that related to the GT1 championship event. But this one is a most fine luxury high performance hypercar to be well performance to be made by this day. Well, kind of think of it because only one part of the event of the mixed combo to see how the MC20 is actually to be doing well and be much more extremely careful to avoid having late braking after taking too much speed. With the exception to have speed suction zones like this one. Gonna keep going. Kick it up. Next turn on the way. Okay, let's slow and steady. We're almost there for the final lap. This is it. Yeah, that's a good quick recovery. No traction assistance required. Just gonna have to go expert and extreme. Now go through with a chicane. Kick up more speed after cleared by the checkpoint. 80% in the progression. I got this one.
I'll tell you what, a track like this is a dream come true for a racing fan. I spent my childhood building slot car sets, imagining what the future of racing might be. And here, today, hey, I really feel like I'm looking at it. Hope you are too.
Ooh, okay. That was too close. Literally too very close after taking too much speed boost to be kicking up a notch. I'm still in the lead. Almost there to be reached up the finish line in about 10% to go. This is crazy to have race number 5 for the Maserati MC20, you guys. Tough race, tough braking, and way too much speed. So I'll have to keep it going. Last 2 corners. Slow down. And go for the finish line to be well checked up to be at the podium. And there we go, folks. Total time in 5 minutes, 17 seconds for the decimal of .931. New record, non-stop without follow-up catch-up, is good to go for having a best finish line to be well cleared in the best of USST next in the Live Summit event. Well done, you guys. I did a good job. And that's how the 7th part of the Team Summit is now going mixed to have 5 different disciplines, including 2 touring car disciplines as well. But even of course to have the best current position and get closer to be around in 2500 rank in about 1 day lap. Total outcome at the Platinum is 1,228,045 points is now set and well done. I cannot believe it how this part of the Team Summit is going much more best fantastic out there for the best of USST next. Just like Into the Storm and Blizzard Rush best of with the same title to have some different theme of challenges that related to the hypercar and street race discipline. But this time, it's about to go for having a best part of the challenge to have 5 events at the Motorflix Arena for only 1 rallycross, street race, hypercar, and 2 touring car discipline is super awesome to be much more challenging to feel the speed and go for the first position in the lead by having an applied overtake to take on with some 7 Alpha Grand Prix race car. But it was a lot of fun. It was super fast and totally fun. As coming up for the next part of the Live Summit, after finishing on June 7th through the 14th, we're about to go entered and take on in competitive Zione to be having a best part of the Italian Team Summit to have the Serpenti Additionose to the Alfa Romeo 4C. Well, perhaps this is very brand new to the update because a brand new addition to the Alfa Romeo 4C, and there is also to have the Italian Nitro is now being listed on the rare. Let's have a good look, go for the preview, and we got some good required vehicles that related to Italy vehicles to have 1 street race on the motorcycle and touring car on the 8C competitive Zione. And that's not all, 1 monster truck, Alpha Grand Prix for the combo event, and 1 hypercar discipline is now being set on the no restriction. Just to have a 4th vehicle and even of course to have a Fiat 500 or maybe the 8-bar 500 in the Monster Truck Edition is absolutely to have a very good requirement vehicle to be on the best served as an Italian racing bundle event. But after all, 1 part of the Solemn by having 2 choices to be on the land base and water base along with a ground base is now going off the road. After competizione, the game is about to be ready to go for having a best stunt event ever since from the agency from episode 1 from the 8 Motorflix season to have the same part of the theme summon. And looks like we got a rerun on Live Summon Open Days to have all kinds of 3 different card rewards and plus to have a Nitro Chemist on the Rallycross discipline. So I bet we're about to get closer to have the final week, and we'll have to find out soon enough to see what comes in for having the next part after finishing in episode 2 of Motorflix Season 8 after USB Tour next. All we have to do is going to find out and keep a good main topic about the upcoming third installment to the Crew series is called the Crew Motorfest. Time to wrap this up before at the end of the video. All the best time of racing at Motorflix Arena for the USB Tour next. It takes a lot of fun times to have the best moment out there, so I'll be happy and I'm about to go back again anytime I want before at the end of this day. This is going to get so pretty excited out there to have a lot of best work and putting up to have some different effects on the replay just to go pro and be creative. Thank you for enjoying watching the live stream video in the Crew 2 folks. I hope you enjoyed. Just go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, and click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Don't forget to check it out on any social media platforms like DeviantArt, Twitter, Instagram, GT Planet, and more to see for my own image artwork like UDRS liveries, Vision Total Drama fan art with card liveries, and more whenever you're welcome at any time. I'll be see you guys next time for continue on in the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean, and have a good day.